What is up, guys? Mac Speed coming at you. So you want to start an Airgun YouTube channel. What's it take? This video is going to show you the exact breakdown of what I use to film all of my Airgun videos and all of the equipment that I use to get that done. I know this isn't the typical Airgun video that I put out on this channel, but you know, there's been a lot of interest in people starting to make these Airgun reviews just as a whole. You know, there's a lot of players in this segment at this point. When I started my YouTube channel almost 10 years ago, I was doing pretty much everything wrong. I had my iPhone 3 just like this, portrait style. It was all, you know, long frame videos, no landscape, no nothing like that. And then I made the switch to my first actual true digital point and shoot camera. Now at that point we were shooting 720. That was 10 years ago. 720 was considered to be high quality. And things have definitely come a long way since that point. Just to give you guys an example and some reference, currently we're shooting on 2 GoPros at 4K. So when you look at one iPhone 3 on portrait versus 2 4K cameras that are actually shooting in tandem so that you can split between one clip versus the other, it starts to turn into a different animal. Now I know it sounds complex, guys, but this video is gonna give you all of the tips and tricks that I have learned over the last decade of making YouTube videos so that you don't have to spend the same amount of time I did learning on your own. Without wasting any more time, guys, let's get right into it. Alright guys, in front of me you see all the tools that I typically go ahead and utilize to make these YouTube videos for you guys. We're going to go ahead and go over these items one by one, starting with the lower cost items first and working our way all the way up to King Camera on the right hand side, the DJI Mavic Pro 2. Let's start off with the easy stuff, guys. Tripods. Lots and lots of tripods. This size, larger size, smaller size, massive size. Pretty much, you're gonna need a way to hold your camera. The more ways you have to hold your camera, the easier this whole process of filming dynamic things like shooting airguns is gonna be for you. Everything on my channel is filmed on GoPros. GoPro Hero 7 Black is actually the best option that I have found currently to go ahead and film these YouTube videos on. Having said that, I'm not quite willing to pony up the dollars necessary to get 2 Hero 7 Blacks, so I have been working on the next best thing, which is actually quite comparable. You guys are currently watching this being filmed on GoPro Hero 5 Black. Now that's 2 generations before the Hero 7, but still super capable, guys. The GoPro Hero 5 Black is packed with features for YouTubers, guys. External mic capable, all the good stuff that you're really looking for, plus super high quality video imaging. They're also only about 150 bucks on Amazon Prime, so you can afford to beat on these cameras if the situation calls for that really tough to get shot that puts a camera in the line of duty. Let's move right into the microphone setup. Your internal microphones on the GoPros pretty much are trash unless you're right next to it and holding it delicately with no motion between your fingers and the camera. You're gonna end up with garbage audio on a GoPro with the internal mic. Rode obviously makes some really nice stuff, but obviously they're kind of cost prohibitive. I go with the Comica stuff. I'm not sure if that's how you say that. C-O-M-I-C-A, Comica, and it's proved to be really high quality audio ever since I went ahead and started utilizing this mic. Now I started off with a small shotgun style, like mini vlog mic that you might use for like an Instagram story. Not sufficient, guys. Move yourself to a battery powered full-size mic for your channel and you're gonna do yourself the favor of higher quality audio. You're gonna get features like being able to up the sound level on the mic, as well as usually a high pass or low pass filter depending on what you're filming. You're gonna need a still camera, guys. Your phone has a phenomenal camera on it. Most people are working with modern iPhones or Samsungs. Great camera, guys. Do not be afraid to use your phone to take still shots for your YouTube videos. It's a good way to do it. Plus, it's very fluid as far as moving that image over to your desktop to go ahead and edit it into your video. Next best thing to a high quality phone image, definitely gonna be that point and shoot life. Now the Nikon B500 is about a $250 camera, but it provides us really good macro images that people like to see when you're doing things like up close pellet reviews, things of that nature. Not good for video imaging, it's only 720p, but as far as the actual still shot imaging, Nikon's a hard brand to beat. Alright guys, now this is kind of a cool little tool. This is called a gimbal. They make them for your phone, they make them for a GoPro, they make them for a bigger camera like my Nikon. All it does is compensate for all the motion that you have in your hand when you hold your camera so as not to give you that Blair Witch Project effect. Now this is great when you're going ahead and holding a camera and trying to look at yourself, but not end up with that weeble wobble vlog effect. You don't have to go high dollar, guys. These are less than $100 on Amazon and will significantly improve the quality of your videos. Whether you're doing quick pan and zoom type shots on something that you want to get a good focal point image of, or just doing something where you're in motion and trying to stabilize the camera better than just holding it with your hand. Honestly guys, I can't overstate the amount of production value that just a simple, cheap gimbal is gonna go ahead and give you guys. Now one quick thing, these things do make a small amount of noise that the camera is gonna pick up. So chances are if you're utilizing a gimbal, you're gonna wanna go ahead and drop the volume level on that clip to compensate for the noise that the motors make. GoPro cases. This is the next item on the list, guys. You can't have too many. If you have 5 tripods, you should have 5 GoPro cases. That way you can quickly and easily switch the camera from rig to rig without having to break down all the little 1/4-inch screws necessary to go ahead and get this on a tripod. These are cheap. If you're gonna have a YouTube channel, you gotta have GoPro cases. I've even gone so far as to put little mounts on my table, right? You guys have seen this in the video. All 3 of those points of connection except this mount. So no matter which one is the most convenient, I can quickly click in, go, and seamlessly start filming. That's the sound of quality, gentlemen. This is my pride and joy. Some of you might not know it, but I am a licensed and registered commercial drone pilot with a Part 107 license that is valid and active. That means that I can commercially fly drones for inspection purposes, filming purposes, and be paid for it legally. This drone and smart controller setup is about $3,000 for the total setup between the batteries, the controller, the props, everything that goes into flying a DJI Mavic Pro 2. This is not necessary, but if you guys watch my channel regularly and you see those clips where the video quality just significantly improves through the roof, that's this guy. The DJI Mavic Pro 2 can be used on a hand rig as a gimbal cam, which is most often where you see it. I do fly this drone in my videos as well, as you guys saw in the long range shooting videos where I took this out over the landscape to kind of give the viewers a sense of scale of what we're really looking at out there in the wild. Again guys, a drone is not necessarily mandatory, but there is absolutely no replacement for it when you're really looking for those cinematic sweeping shots, especially those great light ray style time lapses that we were able to get as we flew out to our different targets before the blitz took a dump on me. Next tip for you guys, utilize 2 cameras. It's gonna add a depth that just doesn't exist when you film on a single camera setup, guys. It's really easy to do as well. All you gotta do is if you're using GoPros, utilize the same GoPros for both angles. Currently we're being filmed on the 2 GoPro Hero 5s that I typically utilize, and like I said guys, very easy to synchronize them just by starting them at the same time. You get kind of used to pressing that shutter button in sync, and it cuts out so much editing time on the big end of things. You just lay the tracks over each other, good to go and start making your edits. Alright guys, all the camera stuff in the world won't do you a bit of good unless you got content. Over the almost 10 years that I have done YouTube, I have tried to find interesting things to film, and it's just not as easy as it sounds, guys. You can do your research on YouTube and see what might be a popular airgun for you to review, ammunition for you to review, airgunning activity that might be interesting to film, but at the end of the day, the algorithm is king, and only the popular stuff is gonna get traction. So try and go ahead and pick things to review that have popularity behind them. Sometimes it's just about investing a little bit of money into your channel. This was less than 40 bucks, but it garnered 400 views. That's not necessarily a huge video, but by the same token, it's a good start for a cheap price. You might already own the thing that you want to review. Then you're not really in it for any skin in the game at that point, and you can just review something that you've already paid for previously. Stepping up into a higher dollar item doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make more views, but it definitely opens the door to making more videos than you could have with potentially a lower dollar item. You can test pellets through this, you can test velocity with this, you can do a chrony segment, accuracy segment, hunting segment. The list really starts to expand when you expand the capabilities of that which you're reviewing. Sometimes guys, it's just like everything else in life, and it just comes down to luck. got one video that's done almost 600,000 views, and I could not tell you what I did in that video that garnered that many views. It's just me shooting a brake barrel at 100 yards with little to no edits, just real basic baby edits on the thing, and I got, like I said, almost 600,000 views. So I'm still at this point in my career trying to replicate that type of viewership, and like I said, guys, it just comes down to luck. Having a YouTube channel is definitely an adventure, guys, and part of the adventure is the people that you meet along the way. I think that the #1 reason that I still make videos on a consistent basis is because of the relationships with other air gunners that I've been able to build over the course of the time I've had my channel. I really enjoy commenting with you guys, I really enjoy the interactions, and you'll definitely grow your channel faster if you go ahead and interact with your subscribers. Respond to those comments, respond to the feedback, try to take the good with the bad, and understand that there will be trolls along with your true subscribers. Alright guys, I think that's a great place to end the video, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so you can stay current on what's going on the channel, as well as when new videos come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.